tonight's game between the Tigers of James Kenan High School and your Southern Nash Firebirds. While we have a few moments before we kick off, we would like to remind everyone that the Southern Nash Athletic Boosters are in the process of conducting the 2025 Great Firebird Kickoff. Those of you that are familiar with that, 300 tickets will be sold. Each ticket is $100. They will then be drawn reverse raffle style on Saturday night, October the 11th, in the Southern Nash High School cafeteria. The last ticket drawn will win $10,000. This is the Athletic Booster Club's primary fundraiser during the year. We always have great support, and we would like to thank everyone in advance for your support of this fundraiser. You can see any Booster Club member for information or tickets. Also, while we are awaiting kickoff, let's meet the officials for tonight's game. The referee will be Mr. Michael Brown. The umpire will be Mr. Mitchell Williams. Line judge, Mr. Howard Hendorf. Linesman, Mr. Cornelius Walker. And the back judge will be Mr. Brian Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would direct your attention to midfield, the members of the Southern Nash Marching Firebirds are entering the stadium and entering the field. At this time, if you would, please rise and remove all headwear, and we will prepare for the playing of our national anthem performed by the Southern Nash Marching Firebirds. Thank you.
And good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Southern Nash at the Firebirds Stadium, the Bird's Nest, as the Firebirds of Southern Nash tonight host the Tigers of James Kenan. James Kenan Tigers come in at a record of 1-0, only playing one game with a handy victory over Southern Wayne, a 56-3 win. And that Southern Wayne also is in Southern Nash's conference this year. Southern Nash comes in at 1-1 after taking the first week win, and then last week losing to 7A Clayton in a visiting venture, and coming up short, but still maintained a very respectable gameplay versus caliber team in Clayton, North Carolina. So as the captains make their way to the field, we'll remind you that tonight's game is sponsored by Vandermark Sod Farms. They're a year-round natural grass operation serving 35 years over Central and Eastern North Carolina. And they provide side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. Contact Vandermark Farms at 437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And also Baker Pro Construction for all of your landscaping needs as far as additions, concrete, asphalt paving, room additions, recently expanded. We'll actually have Tanner and Landon Baker on a little bit later to talk about their business, but you can contact them at 252-314-3639. That's Baker Pro Construction. And as always, here on the Tar Harbor Sports Network, it's Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly making the call for tonight. And tonight's captains get ready to step on the field. We see number 28, Luke Faulkner, the senior, alongside Cooper Wheaton, the senior. We also have Jeremiah Battle, the junior, and Jaden Hartsfield, the junior running back. Excuse me, sophomore, the junior running back, as they prepare for the coin toss. captains for James Kenan.
Got number 4, Christopher Hill. I'll get you some numbers here in a second. Also got 55, Alex Jesus Vasquez. 53, Miguel Acerio.
We'll get those as soon as they kind of get.
And also number 8, Hunter Whitman.
There you go. And back Judge Brian Allen, Southern Nash alumni, actually, and then to flip the coin. And the Tigers have won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So Southern Nash, led by junior Isaiah Battle, will get first crack at the end zone as we get ready to get things started here. Once again, live on the Tar River Sports Network. This is Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly. This is Southern Nash football, and this is Firebird Friday Night Lights. Things underway here in the Bird's Nest in Stanhope. Firebirds facing the Tigers of James Kenan. Of course, last week was the first time, I believe, in school history that the Firebirds had faced the Clayton Comets. And I'm trying to remember, have they ever faced James Kenan before?
I don't think they have.
A lot of changes with the classifications. And quite honestly, there's a lot of schools that did not want to play Southern Nash. But on the same note, there's a lot of schools that didn't want to play Clayton, and a lot of schools that didn't want to play James Kenan.
And you still got to fill out your schedule on a non-conference. So I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. And excellent Friday night football weather here. A little bit cooler and great, not a cloud in the sky.
I believe the sun is going to drop down behind those trees, and we're going to be ready to go. With Jaden Hartsfield and Cam Lyons back deep to receive for the Firebirds. We'll see if Kenan will put a foot in it. High kick that will be fielded by Marley Alston. Short return, they'll take him out just beyond the 35 to, looks like they're going to spot that at the 37-yard line. And that's where the Firebirds will take over first and 10 as we are ready to get things underway. Of course, last week I know we weren't on board for the commentary. The game was aired afterwards. Those of you that don't know, most of the schools, when you visit, they don't allow the commentary in the live stream. Fortunately, we're at home, and you get it live here on the Tar River Sports Network. Battle, back to pass. He's got Wheaton wide open. It's completion into James Kenan territory, marked down at the 35-yard line.
28-yard reception there by Wheaton.
And I was just getting ready to say we saw some more passing last week out of Battle. think we'll be able to see some more. This is a pitch to J-Rock. And he's met at the end. Obviously, James Kenan watched some game film and prepared for Jaden Hartsfield.
Yeah,
but I don't think they'll contain him for long.
No, I don't think they will either. And coming in tonight's game, you were talking about the passing. Battle has 64 yards on 5 for 14, and he's got 2 touchdowns. And then also for Hartsfield, he's got 36 carries, 248 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the season so far.
Yeah, he really had a good game last week against Clayton in the loss, but really actually went out injured and came back. And they find him again trying to get around the end to the right side.
And that's
no gain there.
And that's one thing Southern Nash is going to want to try to do. They're going to try to want to run the corner here, but looks like James Kenan right now is doing a little bit better defense. They looked at the videotape, and this brings up 3rd down and 8.
You know, Hartsfield so far this year has not been much to take it all the way to the outside. He's usually cut back in. Obviously, the speed that Southern Nash has seen over the past few seasons with Mitchell and Vic, maybe don't have that. However, the power. And there's Cam Lyons who'll take a turn off tackle, take it out to about the 30. That is going to bring up 4th down for the Firebirds, 4th and 5. And pretty sure that Coach Batchelor will go for it here on 4th down.
And that's one thing I like to see right there is to switch. Instead, if it's not working, run it to the right, give it to Cam Lyons, do a fake, and go to the left here. And 4th and 5, we'll see what Coach Batchelor draws up here with 4 and 5.
Luke Faulkner also last week had a great game offensively and defensively. He playing with an ankle injury as well as feeling a little under the weather. In fact, several of the Firebirds were under the weather last week. Flag on the play. Delay a game against the Firebirds. That'll make it now 4th down and 10. We'll see if Batchelor changes the call. Doesn't look like he's going to. With Jeremiah Battle stepping on the field, you got to look for the pass here.
Timeout, Southern.
And nearly getting caught by the play clock again forces Coach Batchelor to use the first time out of the evening. So with that quick break, we'll remind everybody tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Sod Farm. They are a year-round natural grass operation serving Central and Eastern North Carolina for over 35 years. Their mission has always been the premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 5 different types of natural grass, including 2 types of Bermuda, fescue, St. Augustine's, and zoysia grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. 9:15 remaining in the first up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. As we get set for the Firebirds to go for it here on 4th down, he's got a single receiver out to the right. That's Jeremiah Battle. And Isaiah Battle's going to look to pass, hesitates. It's batted down by Jeremiah Hall from James Kenan. And with that incomplete pass, the Firebirds will turn the ball over on downs. First turnover of the night with 9:10 remaining here in the first. One thing I did notice last week as they were coming into the game, somebody brought in a large bag of bananas. Carry off the right tackle by James Kenan, a gain of about 12 on the play. Believe that's going to be Jaleel Pearsall on the carry. So a first down here for James Kenan. But yeah, I thought that was After all the talk
I'm
about
about to say, after
Arthur
talk
Perry
from
and
us,
bringing
yeah.
the bananas, here they come. Another run right up the middle. Gain of 8, close to 9 on the play.
That was number 3, Jeremiah Hill, on the carry. They're going to mark him short of the first down.
And Southern Nash, who has defended the run fairly well so far this year, has already given up 19 yards in rushing. Actually, more than that, about 20 yards in rushing, and in 2 plays. See if they can tighten up that interior line. This will be, again, right up the middle. The pile will move in the direction of first down. It looks like they're probably going to get it based on the initial spot. And that will move the sticks for the Tigers. Their second first down of the evening with 8:05 remaining here in the first. Movement at the line. So the hard count draws the Firebirds offsides with the encroachment penalty, and that'll move them 5 yards further. It'll be 1st and 5 now for the Tigers.
And that's one thing you can't do in one of these games right now. This is offside penalties and false start penalties. That will hurt you every time. It'll take you out of the game quick.
Handed off the left side. A lot of yardage picked up. A gain of about 15 or so on the play. And that was Jeremiah Hall on the carry. And another first down for James Kenan, who is very effectively running the football tonight. Another quick pitch. Again to Hall. Will try to find some room to the left side. He'll pick up about 3. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 now for the Tigers as we pass 7 minutes to go here in the first. Another quick pitch to Hall. He'll find a little more room around the left side this time, just cutting back in just off of tackle. It's going to be down close to the first down marker, and they are going to give it to him as he crosses the 10-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 9 for the Tigers.
One thing Southern's got to do is they've got to figure out how to stop Hall there, because he has single-handedly almost ran the whole drive just about.
And this will be a pitch to Pearsall, who looked to the middle, break out to the right, short gain of a couple. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8. And this time the Firebirds are able to get and stop the run in the backfield. That was Hall on the carry. Loss of a couple will bring up 3rd and goal from the back to the original line of scrimmage, the 9.
Should be a false start. And it is a false start against James Kenan.
So now 3rd and 14, goal from the 14. And Hall finds some open room, and he will carry it 14 yards into the end zone. A flag is thrown after the end of the play. So touchdown is called. We'll see what the penalty flag is and if the score will stand. It's like going to be a face mask called against the Firebirds. That will be declined, and that will be a touchdown for James Kenan as they pull ahead 6-0 with the extra point attempt upcoming. So they did call it after the score,
Yep.
so they're going to assess that penalty on the kickoff. Okay. And the kick is through and good. And the Tigers take the early lead 7-0 over the Firebirds here at home in Stanhope. So for the 3rd week in a row, the Firebirds fall behind early. They were able to recover, obviously, against Nightdale in week 1, down 7-0, and come up with a win. Came up short last week, and we'll see the outcome for today as they fall behind 7-0 to the Tigers. So another high kick. Looks like this will be taken by Jeremiah Battle. He'll look left and bring it back to the right. Some room to the side. Slips a tackle, finally taken out of bounds. A nice return out to the 31-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark that down, and Firebirds will take over 1st and 10 from there.
See what kind of adjustments Southern Nash have made here. They had a little bit of progress going a while ago. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make here as this is their 2nd possession.
They had the one big pass play, but James Kenan seemed to be all over the run. Southern Nash could not get to the end. Cam Lyons will look to the left side this time. Hesitates, tries to bring it back inside. Will be brought down after a gain. Looks like maybe about 7 on the play.
And he's got to kind of, when he's trying to do that hesitant, he needs to look and just keep on going. He doesn't need to stop, because when you stop, James Kenan's going to just...
Everybody adjusts.
Yeah,
and
everybody
they can
adjusts.
get to the tackle. So 2nd down and 3 now for the Firebirds. And another pitch to Lyons, who will cut it back inside. He'll have the yardage for the 1st down. Is knocked backwards, but forward momentum should take him out to about the 43-yard line, and that'll move the sticks for the Firebirds. Battle under center. Movement. No. Didn't see a flag. There was a flag. It's on the far side of the field.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Offsides against James Kenan.
James Kenan.
Yep.
I think the Firebird line maybe got away with one there. Looked like a little early movement on that left side of the offensive line. However, an encroachment was the call, and it'll be 1st and 5 now for Southern Nash. Pitch to Hartsfield. He'll be hit in the backfield, and that's where he's going to be stopped for a loss. So the 5-yard gain, they're going to give up about 3 of it back. So 2nd down and 7 now for the Firebirds. James Kenan really keying on Hartsfield.
Yeah. And that was a pretty good setup there. It looked like it was going to go Cam, but then they brought it back to opposite field. So, I mean, a little bit of trickery, but Kenan unfortunately was on it.
Cam Lyons gets the call again. He'll look in the middle. He breaks out of the pack, but they will rule him down with momentum back at the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for Southern Nash, as we are approaching the 2-minute mark left here in the first quarter. Up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. Lyons with the call again. He'll look to the left side. He'll pick up a couple. He will come up short. It's going to bring up 4th down again for Southern Nash.
But this is a very manageable 4th down, and of course, Bachelor's going to go for it here. I mean, you're at midfield, you got nothing to lose here.
So I formation here. Hartsfield back deep. He'll take the handoff. He'll have the 1st down as he crosses midfield and the 45. So that the first true rush for gain by Hartsfield tonight. And it's 1st down for the Firebirds.
And that was an interesting formation. We hadn't seen that formation in all game so far, and it worked on that play. We'll see if they keep on using it here later on in the game.
They used it a few times last week against Clayton. And you'll see it again here. And Battle's going to look to pass. He'll keep it himself. And he'll take it across the 40. Like he's going to be marked out at the 38-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 5 now for Southern Nash. That's the first time I have seen Battle tuck and run.
Yeah.
He's made some mistakes and kind of forced the pass. He only had 1 receiver, and he was pretty well covered. And this is going to be Riggins on his first carry of the night. And he will bulldoze his way down across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And that's going to be enough to move the chains again for the Firebirds. As we are passing 30 seconds left in the quarter, they will get this play off, but this very possibly the last play of the first quarter. And a pitch to DJ Baker, who tries to create some room around the left end again, but James Kenan has closed the door on that outside lane. Bring up about 3 on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 7. That'll stop the clock as he's pushed out of bounds with 8.1 seconds remaining here in the first. So we will see one more play in the first. There is a Firebird down on the field. That's Lyons who steps off the field. And with the restart of the clock, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter with Southern Nash trailing the Tigers from James Kenan by a score of 7-0 here in Stanhope. And that last play was not out of bounds. They actually stopped it because of the injury.
Yeah.
So any fan that's in attendance that is either a current active member of the military or a veteran, a former member of the
So as we get ready to get things started here in the second quarter, we'll remind everybody of the sponsor of this year's scoreboard, Baker Pro Construction. Baker Pro Construction specializes in landscape, drainage, erosion solutions, French drains, yard drainage solutions, grading, swales, landscape repairs, rock, stone, and concrete. They have high customer service satisfaction ratings, and now with the addition of the general contractor's license for both Landon and Tanner, they have branched out and are now available to do all construction projects, home improvement projects. So call Baker Pro Construction today, 252-314-3639, and let Dan and the boys take care of you. So Southern Nash struggling a little bit here early to get something going offensively and even defensively to stop anything. Luke Faulkner on his first carry of the night. And he'll pick up a few. It's going to bring up third down and roughly about 4, we'll call it a long 3. I do know that Luke played pretty much the entire game last Friday night, so I know Coach Batchelor's trying to get some rest periods in here where these guys have been playing both ways and try to get them a little rest.
Yeah.
And a break in between. And it's Luke again on the carry. Nobody spies him. He'll break away down the middle inside the 10-yard line down to the 8. And it's 1st and goal for the Firebirds. And that was a sneaky carry by Luke Faulkner, who just exploded through the middle of that line.
He exploded through the middle of the line and decided one of his linemen, I mean, he basically ran him as a pig right there, and Kenan didn't even see it coming. And, I mean, it's 1st and goal now for Southern Nash here. First time they've been in the red zone tonight.
And I believe that is going to be DJ Baker with the call.
And he's going to be stopped 6 inches short of the goal line.
Up. We saw it last night several times. Is it time for the tush push? Which is, by the way, not allowed in high school football.
Yep. They tried to disallow it in NFL, and
they tried,
but they did not succeed. Thank you, Jalen Hurts, for my 2 touchdowns in my fantasy football league.
And it's Faulkner on the carry. They'll wrap him up. Looks like they're going to stop him short. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal inside the 1-yard line. So he will send out a receiver to the left. And Faulkner will get the call again. And this time, Faulkner will step in untouched. Touchdown, Southern Nash. As they pull to within 1 of the Tigers with the extra point attempt upcoming. 9:36 remaining in the half up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. So Faulkner, who takes a break in the first offensive possession, comes back here and really led the way down the field to put the Firebirds into the end zone. Going for two here, it's Faulkner with the carry, and he's going to be stopped short. So Southern Nash will still trail James Kenan here in Stanhope by the score 7-6 as we get prepared for the Firebirds to kick off. And again, tonight's game is sponsored by Vandermark Sod Farm. They're a year-round natural grass operation serving eastern and central North Carolina for over 35 years. Their mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And speaking of natural grass, I noticed last Monday night as I was watching, there was this football game on, right? There was a lot of like Columbia blue stuff in the stands, but I noticed all the gorgeous natural grass, which I don't think Belichick realized that natural grass is easier to be buried in. Turf, you know.
It looked the
He
game
got buried.
looked good, yeah. Hey, I was glad TCU done that.
And a big return here for Christopher Hill, C.J. Hill. He'll take it down the sideline. He stays in bounds. And a kickoff return against the Firebirds. A quick score from James Kenan. No flags on the play. And just like that, it's back to a 7-point lead with the extra point attempt upcoming. Southern Nash just seems extremely flat.
Yeah.
I mean, that first week against Nightdale, they were obviously very energized and pumped up and ready to go. Starting the game against Clayton last week, they were there, but then somebody seemed to let the air out of the tires.
Yeah.
As this kick will go through and good. And the score is now 14-6. James Kenan in the lead. But I will say, when you, at the game last week, you look at the sidelines, Clayton has this enormous bench and bench depth. Not a lot of guys playing both ways. They had 3 Division I recruits. You know, just a really well-coached. In fact, it was his 200th win for the coach from Clayton last week. But well-coached, well-prepared, and just way outnumbered. Southern Nash having to use a lot of guys both ways. You could see the gas kind of running out of the tank in the second half, which, you know, we've seen that in opponents for Southern Nash before. So we'll watch to see if we can get some rejuvenation going here for Southern Nash and how they respond to the kickoff return. Their first touchdown off a kick return allowed this year. And the play clock is going. Oh, wow. That was a bullet kick. Don't think Southern Nash was ready. It hit one of the Southern Nash front linemen in the leg and bounced off.
And they're saying timeout. Kenan, is that what they just called?
Somebody called timeout. That was by design. They waited to the last second. I have never seen that before. That was actually pretty slick.
Yeah. Well, now there was one other time I've seen it. Indianapolis Colts, Houston Texans, Pat McAfee.
Of course, Pat McAfee. What did Pat McAfee not do?
Well, that's true.
I did see Dak Prescott last night kind of take a Pat McAfee lead and sacrifice himself for a tackle, which saved a scoop and score for the Eagles.
It did.
Not a Cowboys fan, but I will say Dak Prescott, he had a hell of a game last night.
And then they had about an hour 6-minute lightning delay.
Yeah, and apparently the lightning struck CeeDee Lamb's hands.
Yeah, he had a terrible night.
Line drive kick will be picked up by Jaden Hartsfield, who'll look to make the return. He'll be stopped behind the 30. They try to strip the football. And he will be brought down at the Southern Nash 29-yard line. I believe is where they're going to spot that, and that's where Southern Nash will take over 1st and 10, trailing by 8 here. 9:15 remaining in the half. Battle under center. Faulkner in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He'll take it across the 30 down to about the 32-yard line. So a gain of about 3 on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 7. You know, something else this year with the change schedule and trying to schedule opponents, Southern Nash does not have a bye week until the end of the season.
Yeah, and that's weird.
So Faulkner again on the carry. Looks like he'll pick up about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2, or we'll call it a long 2. So yeah, there'll be no mid-regular season rest period. Of course, if Southern Nash can align themselves and get into playoff contention and get into the playoffs, that's a nice rest to have going into the playoffs. And this time it'll be Cam Lyons who finds his way around the end. Tackled awfully high and taken out of bounds. But that will be enough for a 1st down as Lyons takes it out to the 44-yard line. You know, James Kenan is a much smaller school. They have a smaller squad, but there again, they did not have a game last week.
Yeah.
So they did have a rest period after week 1. I believe that is DJ Baker. Gets up close to the midfield, going to be marked down at the 48. And James Kenan probably needed that rest last week after, you know, I'm sure they were awfully tired after scoring all those points against Southern Wayne.
I know.
Another pitch this time again to DJ Bailey, who will make his way around the left end. Is going to be close to 1st down yardage. Think he's going to be a little bit shy, maybe about a yard shy. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 now for Southern Nash. So far, only seen the 1 pass attempt, which was completed to Wheaton at the first play of the game, and it was a big one. There was one other time I think that Battle wanted to pass and ended up tucking in and making it happen with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be Jaden Hartsfield who punched it across the 45-yard line. Looks like going to be marked down at about the 44, but that's enough to move the sticks again for Southern Nash. Hartsfield being very limited in his yardage, hasn't really been able to explode and get around the end of this.
Yeah.
So yardage coming in small bites, which typically Southern Nash is a ground and pound, and then they'll open up with a big one. So we'll see again, have a receiver out to the right. Another pitch to Hartsfield. This time he'll find a little room to the right end. He'll
Still
stay
go-
on his feet.
Wow.
He's dragging 3 defenders all the way down
Like a dump
close
truck.
to the 30. We mark down at the 31. So back-to-back plays with first downs here for the Firebirds. Faulkner, Hartsfield, and Baker, excuse me, Lyons in the background. Looks like Hartsfield tries to reverse the field as he's caught in the backfield, and he'll be thrown for a loss on the play. Forward progress is going to be stopped up just inside the 35 at the 34. So that's going to bring up second down and about, we'll call it 13 here for Southern Nash.
And that's a favorable spot right there for Southern because it could have been a lot worse.
And Hartsfield again, this time he'll try to bring it back to the inside as the door was closed again on the sweep. He'll pick up about 5 on the play. He's going to bring up third down and 7. As there is an injured player down on the field for the Tigers. And again, we want to thank this year's scoreboard sponsor, Baker Pro Construction, who specializes, as for many years, in everything landscaping and grading, rock and stone and concrete, and have added to their repertoire now home improvements, actual concrete paving, and various contract needs. So for any of your contract needs and a free estimate, you can contact Dan Tanner or Landon Baker, 252-314-3639. Movement at the line. They're going to try to say it was the offensive line of Southern Nash. I didn't see any movement there.
I didn't either.
We're kind of a bad angle. That will be an encroachment call against the Tigers, so that'll add 5 and make the third down a little more manageable. At 3rd and 3 now for the Firebirds. And exploding through the line is Cam Lyons. And that looks like it may be an answer to what's going on. No hesitation. He hit the line really fast.
He did.
A lot of this hesitation trying to read blocks and all that. Just trust your O-line, hit the gap, and it's exactly what Cam Lyons did for a big Southern Nash gain and a first down with 3:20 and counting.
And Kenan better be glad they were able to get a shoelace tackle on that, because if not, he'd have been 6 points.
1st and 10 from the 15 here for Southern Nash. And Kenan is going to be caught with too many players on the field during the ball being put in play. And that's going to be a penalty against the Tigers. And should bring up 1st and 5 now. So 1st and 5 from the 10 for Southern Nash. Southern Nash looking to score and hopefully tie things up here as we're just under 3 minutes to go into the break at halftime up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. This handed off to Jaden Hartsfield, who slips tackles in the middle, stays on his feet to the right side, will finally be brought down. Looks like he'll be just shy of a first down. And it's going to bring up second and less than 1. We'll call that the 6-yard line. So Southern Nash with an opportunity to get a new set of downs here, if not a score, deep in the red zone of the Tigers. And the ball comes loose, and I believe Kenan may have recovered. So a fumble in the exchange from center to quarterback, and James Kenan has taken possession. First and 10 from their own 5-yard line, and that is a dagger as Southern Nash was threatening to score here at the end of the half. So a huge momentum changer here. And if you remember, Kenan won the toss and deferred, so they will get the ball first in the second half. So they'll keep it on the ground. Not much gain on the play, maybe a yard with forward momentum. It's going to bring up second down and about 9 now for the Tigers. And Kenan able to get a little breathing room as they move the ball just off the left guard. Like a gain of about 6 on the play. He's going to bring up third down, and it's third down and about 3. Clock now passing 1 minute to go into the break up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. Movement on the line. I believe that's going to be against Southern Nash, the call will be an encroachment. So that'll be an automatic first down for Kenan. As that will move the ball beyond the line to gain. Still waiting for the chains to be moved. And there they go. 52 seconds left. And I'm sure this will not be a pleasant halftime speech up in the field house for the Firebirds. And it looks like a timeout is being called.
I think they're trying, it looks like a clock issue.
Looks like they're going to reset the. It's like some time had ticked off the clock. So we got that straightened out. No timeout used by either team. First and 10 now for the Tigers. Be big clog of bodies at the line of scrimmage. Short gain. The clock will run. They will have to get one more play off here at before the end of the half. There's about a 2-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. But it's pretty safe to say that James Kenan will take a step into the break. Leading the Firebirds here in Stanhope 14-6. And this being the first time the Firebirds have trailed at home at halftime this year. And we'll get set to get things underway. For right now, stay tuned as the Southern Nash Marching Firebirds will step onto the field for their halftime performance. And we'll be back here, both Ken Fly and myself, for the beginning of the second half after a short break here live on the Tar River Sports Network. This is Brent Cone. We'll be right back.
Please welcome to the field your Southern Nash High School Marching Firebirds. The Marching Firebirds are under the direction of Mr. Matthew Ray. Their other instructors are Matthew Visit and Flora Ray of Visual, Lauren Howell, Jimmy Smith, and Stefan Varsity Music, Taylor Miller, Percussion, and Alyssa Halpern, Color Guard. Student leaders are Emily Rodriguez, Drum Major, Dimitri Braxton, Hornline Captain, Annie Pullen, Woodwind Captain, Rebecca Davis, High Brass Captain, Noah Johnson, Low Brass Captain, Maria Nava, Percussion Captain, Cherish Dunstan, Drumline Captain, and Janiyah Silver, Guard Captain. Tonight, the band will be performing the first half of their 2025 production entitled Going Out of Style. They will be performing tonight here in Firebird Stadium. Presenting their show, Going Out of Style, please welcome Drum Major Emily Rodriguez and the Southern Nash High School Marching Firebirds. Let's hear it for your Southern Nash Marching Firebirds. Marching Firebirds are pleased to announce their sponsors for the 2025 season: 5 County Heating and Air, Round Here Clothing, Walters Team Real Estate, PBs, Cornhole Boards, Pierce Brothers, Woody's Truck and Trailer, R&A Embroidery, and Temperature Control Solutions.
And welcome back to the Bird's Nest as we are ready to get things underway here in the second half. Firebirds trailing the Tigers of James Kenan by a score of 14-6. And I'm out of breath because the older I get, the higher these bleachers get. James Kenan won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. They've already returned one kick for a touchdown. And this is going to be a nice return. Out close to the 50, brought down at the 48-yard line. So good field position to start the second half here for James Kenan. Of course, they were the beneficiary of the turnover at the end of the first half inside the 5-yard line.
And it was David Zeliva who was on a return there for James Kenan.
So Pearsall on the carry. It looks like he was stepping on players as he went by.
Looked like he was playing Frogger.
That offensive line for James Kenan is really opening up a lot of holes and really containing that interior defense of Southern Nash. Again, obviously done a lot of homework. Watching game films. Second down and 3 now. And it's going to be Pearsall again out inside the 35-yard line down to about the 33 of Southern Nash. As the Tigers continue to effectively move the football here against the Southern Nash defense. Again, our game tonight sponsored by Vandermark Side Farms. And we'll have some more information on you for those guys later. And that's Hall on the carry this time. He'll take it down inside the 30. There is a Southern Nash player down on the field, slow to get up. Looks like there will be an official timeout here for an injured player. It'll be second down and 5 after the 5-yard rush. And that was Demetrius Shepard, the injured Firebird, who was able to get up and make his way to the sidelines.
Not wanting to speculate, looks like either hamstring or cramps. All right, where's the bananas?
Yeah, you can tell that Miss Kennedy is waiting for him to get over there. So we'll see if the bag of bananas comes out. Arthur Perry style.
Mm-hmm.
And Hall again, this time he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Possibly a loss on the play.
Yeah, they're going to give him a loss of 1 on the play.
So that'll bring up third down and 6 now for the Tigers. And there's the banana. Mr. Perry, I really hope that you were watching this and know the influence that you continue to have on the Firebirds. He's here. Great. There you go, Arthur. Hall again. He'll look to the left side. Got some room to run. He's going to slip all the tackles.
He gone.
Don't look like he's going to be touched all the way into the end zone. And the Tigers have extended their lead here with 9:38 remaining in the third period on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. It's 20-6 with the extra point attempt upcoming. And I was last minute getting back up here because I was out buying my Firebird Kickoff Classic tickets, the $100 per ticket reverse raffle here, sponsored by the Southern Nash Athletic Boosters. So I would encourage you to reach out to your boosters and purchase a ticket. It's a big event that they'll have. I believe it's October the 11th that evening. There'll be a big meal And they'll have a reverse raffle, a lot of sideboard stuff, buybacks, other cash prizes given away, but ultimately the last ticket remaining will receive $10,000. So get out and support the athletic boosters and Southern Nash Athletics and purchase your kickoff classic ticket. So the extra point was no good, and the score remains 20-6, a 14-point lead for James Kenan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just received word from the concession stand. They have plenty of Chick-fil-A sandwiches left, along with other hot food and cold drinks. So please be sure to visit the concession stand. Plenty of Chick-fil-A sandwiches left.
So a bullet kick fielded, and that's Caden Day, who falls on it immediately. And actually, the Southern Nash has its best starting position of the evening. It'll be 1st and 10, Southern Nash from their own 45-yard line. So with a little bit of field to his back, Isaiah Battle, and Jeremiah Battle was checking in, is set to operate the Southern Nash offense here in their first possession of the second half. And Cam Lyons with the handoff. He'll look around the left end. Another hesitation, and he tries to cut back. Again, James Kenan doing a great job of shutting off that outside lane and forcing the Firebirds back inside. But not before Cam Lyons is able to pick up about 11 on the play. And first down for the Firebirds. And it's Faulkner on the carry. Very close to a horse collar tackle. But able to muscle through and get a short gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 now for the Firebirds. So in Hartsfield, we'll cut it back just off the right tackle. They'll take it out to about the 40. Gain of about bit 3 on the play is going to bring up 3rd down and 6 now for Southern Nash. So the Firebirds moving the football on the run a little more effectively this half, so maybe some fatigue setting in for the Tigers here. Hartsfield look to the right side. Still can't get out in that open field like he's been able to do for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, and with the defense with Kenan, it's real tight here. Like you said, they can't get out, but you know what? They're starting to make better. They're wearing them down, so we'll see what happens here. They just need to stay in the game and try to keep it close here to the 4th quarter.
And speaking of 4th, it is 4th down for the Firebirds. And as you see, they will be going for it here, 4th and 3 in James Kenan territory. Battle will send Battle out to the right as a receiver. That's going to be handed off into Cam Lyons. He's got some room around the left end. One man to beat, and he will make the turn into the end zone. Cam Lyons, touchdown Firebirds.
And that's exactly what we were just talking about.
And that was the first time this evening that the end opened up. for Southern Nash. And Cam Lyons was able to make the turn. And once he did that, the Jets got turned on, and it was all the way into the end zone. And Luke Faulkner with a 2-point attempt.
That's good.
And it looks like that's good. And so the Firebirds, with 7:03 left up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard, have cut this to 6. So a one-score game here in Stanhope. As Southern Nash gets set to kick off. And once again, we'll remind everyone tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Side Farm. They're a year-round family natural grass operation serving eastern and central North Carolina for over 35 years. Their mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 5 types of natural grass, including 2 types of Bermuda, fescue, St. Augustine's, and zoysia grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. So Braden Wells on with the kicking duties to kick off here for the Firebirds. As Aiden Myers is injured and not dressed tonight. So the bullet kick is fielded. Not a very effective return as compared to the other returns of the night. It was still some return.
It was a little bit of a return, but it's a lot better than it was earlier.
So Southern Nash getting downfield. Obviously, again, watching film, Kenan had seen the high pooch kick and had developed a strategy around that. So good to see something change up there. And it'll be Tiger football. This play is blown dead. So an illegal substitution call. Too many players on the field for Southern Nash. And that'll be a 5-yard advantage to the Tigers as it's now 1st and 5. A pitch to Hall. He'll be caught at the line of scrimmage. May have got a slight gain. Not quite a full yard. We'll give him that. Call it 2nd down and 4. I thought we were going to have Tanner and Landon Baker up in the booth to kind of give some insights on Baker Pro Construction, but I guess they have opted to not do that. So Luke Faulkner able to bring Pearsall down, but not before he's able to scrape out a 1st down for the Tigers with only the short 5 yards to gain. And it's 1st and 10, James Kenan from their own 44-yard line. And again, a flag comes in. Looks like it's going to be against Southern Nash on the encroachment call. And they'll give James Kenan another 5-yard advantage. And Hall on the carry is not able to take full advantage of the penalty. Take that back. They will give him the spot, and it will be a James Kenan 1st down. And this time, Hall will break away And Southern Nash is not going to get him. And another James Kenan score with 5:19 left on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. And the lead is back to 12 for the Tigers. We'll see if they're going to go for the kick or if they will go for the two-point conversion. Kenan has proven to be a very fast and scrappy team, able to find a lot of holes. Again, I got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. They've really been opening up for the running backs. They have not had a pass attempt as of yet. And it looks like they will be going for two. The flag has been thrown. And that's another encroachment call against the Firebirds. That'll move the ball half the distance to the goal line, which really helps this two-point conversion attempt. And Pearsall will step through untouched for the successful two-point conversion. So with 5:19 remaining in the third quarter, James Kenan has once again extended their lead to 14. It's 28-14. Tigers in the lead over the Firebirds. So again, tonight's scoreboard, as well as all year scoreboard sponsor, Baker Pro Construction. They specialize in landscape repair, everything involved with the grading, the drainage solutions, swales, grading. They also do rock and stone. Now concrete and asphalt services are available if you need a driveway paved. And to go with that, any home improvements, home additions, decks, roofing, contact Baker Pro Construction at 252-314-3639. High kick will be fielded by Jeremiah Battle. Will read the field. He'll try to reverse it, and he's going to be stopped. And not really a gain on the play, on the return. And Southern Nash will be forced to start inside their own 20.
20-yard line, it appears. Firebirds will take it first and 10.
You can see Hartsfield was stepping up. And really, Jeremiah Battle put himself in a tough position because he's fading back.
Yeah.
To pick it up, so his momentum's already carrying him in the wrong direction.
Yep.
Hartsfield's got to communicate a little bit better to let him know he's coming.
Yeah, you got to let him know, call off the other one.
And this will be Riggins up the middle. He's close to the 25-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 24. It's going to be second down and 6 now. And it's Jaden Hartsfield around the left side off the tackle. He's going to be close to the line to gain. Looks like he may be a little bit short. We'll look for the spot here. They will mark him short. It's going to be third down and about 1 now for the Firebirds. And again, the handoff to Faulkner up the middle. It's going to be close. We're going to look for the spot. He is at the 30, which from this vantage point, it looks like that's the line to gain.
First down.
And it will be a first down.
How about to say where that spot was, I'm like looking at it from over here. We're a little bit to the left of it. I was like, should be on first down.
And there's Hartsfield, who finds his way through the line. Another good run for Hartsfield. Those have been few and far between tonight because of the defensive reads. But he is able to pick up 10 plus, actually about close to 13 on the play, and a Southern Nash first down as they approach midfield.
And it looks like one thing Southern Nash wants to do here, they kind of want to go up-tempo a little bit, trying to don't let James Kenan sub out and don't want him to be on the heels right now. Ooh, illegal formation.
Yep, looked like some movement on that line there. Yep, and you can see the line official pointing to Southern Nash.
Yep.
So, again, they'll give a 5-yard advantage to the Tigers. This time, by way of the offense, it's 1st and 15 now for Southern Nash.
And it was Lyons and the right guard moving at the same time.
Faulkner finds a little bit of space off the left guard, between left guard and tackle. Will take it beyond the original line of scrimmage, and the 45-yard line be marked down at the 47. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 now for the Firebirds. And it's Hartsfield with a call. He'll take it across midfield, still battling. He'll be brought down at the 49-yard line of James Kenan. Is going to bring up 3rd down and about 2 now for the Firebirds. So a very manageable 3rd down. I'm still a little surprised we have not seen a pass play since early in the game. Of course, that first play from scrimmage was very successful. There's been only 2 other attempts. One when Isaiah Battle tucked and ran, and the other one was batted down. And Hartsfield will be caught behind the line of scrimmage, actually thrown for a little bit of a loss. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 3 now for Southern Nash. And a flag will be thrown as Cam Lyons was looking to try to convert. It's going to be against Southern Nash. So they're going to give up 5 yards. So 4th and 3 will turn into 4th and 8, and we'll see if Coach Batchelor changes the call. With 51 seconds left in the 3rd and trailing by 14. Southern Nash will have to call a timeout. It looked like they were trying to find some personnel that were not ready to check in. And so Southern Nash forced to use their first timeout of the 2nd half. And with that, we'll remind everybody tonight's game sponsor, Vandermark Sod Farms. They are a year-round natural grass operation serving Eastern and Central North Carolina for more than 35 years. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. So we have a score update in the 2nd quarter over in Red Oak. Excuse me, and they're at Cleveland. Cleveland leading the Northern Nash Knights 17-0.
Wow. reverse.
And Lyons finds some room. He cuts it back in. He'll have enough for the first down and into James Kenan territory. So a big play there for Cam Lyons as he weaves his way through the defense down to the Tiger 40-yard line. And in the big cross-county rivalry game tonight in Rocky Mount, the Griffons lead Nash Central Bulldogs by a score of 28-6.
Wow.
And that is in the third quarter.
Hartsville's going to take it about maybe 5-yard gain on the play.
And with that run play, that'll wrap up the third quarter here in Stanhope with the Firebirds still trailing James Kenan as they have the entire game, 28-14 here in the Bird's Nest. So as we get ready to go to the fourth quarter, the Firebirds have got to find a way offensively to get this thing moving quick and to get that ball back. Defense has got to be able to get in there and stand their ground. No turnovers tonight for James Kenan.
Southern's turned it over once with that fumble.
Yeah, they've had the one fumble. They've turned it over on downs. So they've given James Kenan definitely some opportunities, and James Kenan has definitely taken advantage of it.
They have. And overall, if you take that one touchdown return, it would still be a one-score game right now.
But unfortunately, that's one thing they don't do in football is take it back.
That's true. That's true.
Unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs, then they're allowed to take it back then.
Yeah. You're not wrong on that. I mean, yeah. And they are playing tonight. They're actually currently losing right now in Brazil to the Chargers, 7-0.
And Battle's going to look to pass. He's got Wheaton open. He falls. But great catch by Wheaton. He had to come back to it and reach down, so he was unable to stay on his feet, but a great catch. And that puts Southern Nash inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line of James Kenan.
Yeah, sorry about that, Brent. Earlier in the game, he was on the bench with ice on his shoulder. So good to see him coming back in making plays right now.
And Cam Lyons will make his way down inside the 2, and a flag will fly in late. That's going to, looks like by way of maybe a face mask possibly. We'll see what the call is here. No other Firebirds were around, so not feeling a hold call there. So the penalty will take it half the distance, which is only maybe a half-a-yard penalty. And it's 1st and goal for Southern Nash inside the 1-yard line. If you recall, this is where we were in the first half. So we got to protect the football here, guys, and see if we can't punch this thing in. And it looks like, I believe that was Hartsfield on the carry.
Touchdown.
And there's the touchdown call as J-Rock punches it in with 11 minutes to go in the game. And Southern Nash has closed it to 8 with the extra coming. They are going for 2 here. Hartsfield will get the call. He's hit before the end zone.
Got it.
But able to push his way through. Two-point conversion for Jaden Hartsfield. They went for dose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that closes the gap to 6 again. It's 28-22. Tigers leading the Firebirds. Firebirds needing a turnover here. James Kenan has done a great job protecting the football tonight. Nothing even close. We haven't seen any pass attempts. As there was an adjustment to the game clock, apparently there was a 3-second runoff that had to be fixed, so there actually is 11:03 left up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. And this will be Cooper Wheaton in for the kickoff this time. And it's the high kick. Fair catch is called for. And that's C.J. Hill with a fair catch call. And it'll be James Kenan ball, 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. So good hang time on that kick there. Didn't allow the return. And I think that's what they've been missing all night. The pooch kicks have been a little low on the hang time. But this may be one of the worst starting positions Kenan's had tonight. And that's Pearsall on the carry. He'll take it out over the right side. A gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was our worst starting field position tonight. One thing Southern needs to do is get a stop right here. They need to force Kenan to go 3 and out right here, or no score.
Gain of a couple on the play by Hall. Bring up 3rd down and a long 4. The other thing on tonight, there has not been a 4th down. James Kenan has not been in a 4th down situation tonight. They have not punted. They have not had to go for it on 1st down. They have converted on every offensive possession to a 1st down. And it's Pearsall this time. And he stopped short. Look, the ball may have come out, but it did not. They held it, and there we go. For the first time tonight, it's 4th and 2, James Kenan.
And looks like the punting unit's coming out here.
Don't know, obviously, if they have a fake punt in their arsenal.
I mean, at this point, you're 4th and 4.
But you're 4th and 2 deep in your own territory. Like I said, worst starting position of the night. First 4th down of the night for the Tigers.
I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to try to get them jump off sides here. 8 on the play clock. I think Kenan's going to try to call timeout here. And it went off.
And the ball's through and it's loose. No flags. The ball will be hurled and it's intercepted. Jeremiah Battle with the interception, his 2nd in 2 weeks, as he had a big interception last week against Clayton. And it's going to be Southern Nash football. 1st and 10 in their James Kenan territory. Ball will be spotted at the James Kenan 44-yard line.
So just exactly what I was just saying a while ago, Brent. They need to get a 3 and out. That's exactly what they did. Southern Nash defense is doing it now. Let's see what Southern Nash offense can come here and see their start inside James Kenan territory for the first time tonight.
And Jaden Hartsfield breaks away for the first time tonight. Jaden Hartsfield to the end zone, touchdown, Southern Nash. And we're all tied up here in the Bird's Nest. 8:40 to go. I knew that was coming at some point this evening, and at no better time than to tie things up. And Southern Nash will go for 2 here. It looks like Battle was going to keep it himself. It's handed off. The conversion will be no good. It's going to come up short. So that's going to leave us all tied up at 28. It's a brand new ball game with 8:40 to go in the game up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. And I think you just got a smartwatch notification to turn it down, or you're going to have hearing loss. Is that what that is?
Yeah, my Apple Watch is saying I'm in a loud environment, but hey,
I think we got a little too loud. So for the first time tonight, able to get a little carried away, but you had to know Hartsfield's been looking for that all night, finally able to get through. And again, we talked earlier in the game, when will fatigue kick in?
Yeah.
Or will it kick in for James Kenan?
Yeah.
They had the week off last week. Southern Nash didn't. They're a smaller team, smaller squad, smaller school than Southern Nash. Can't say that was fatigue, but.
Yeah, and the offensive line had several good blocks there for Hartsfield there, and Kenan, Hartsfield was determined not to say no, and he's had several of those most of the game.
So another high kick by Wheaton. This one, they will attempt to return. Got to tackle him.
Ball comes
The
out.
ball came loose.
Okay, they recovered.
But able to hold on to it was C.J. Hill. A nice return of about 15, 20 yards there.
Because he originally caught the ball.
And momentum was carrying him backwards.
Carrying him back, like you said a while ago, for Southern Nash.
So it's 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 34-yard line. Pearsall with the carry. He's going to be met in the backfield by the Firebirds and brought down just beyond the line of scrimmage, a short gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 8. Gain of 2 on the play.
And one thing I've noticed here, Southern Nash's offensive line, they are really, when the ball gets snapped, they're really going in, blitzing it on it, and they're really zeroing in on the Kenan running backs, and Kenan has not had a chance to run it as good as they did in the first half.
Again, as the offensive line worn down, they couldn't find the middle. He's right on the back of that guard. He comes through the line. That's Hall. Breaks tackles. You can't tackle with your hands, guys. He's going to be walked down
at about the 6
by
yard
DJ
line.
Baker. But I have a feeling there's going to be some tackling drills happening next week here up on the practice field, up on the hill there, because all that hand tackling is not going to cut it. Reminds me of that team that played Monday night, the blue team. What were they called? The Belichicks? Oh, I mean the Tar Heels.
Yeah.
That was them.
I'll be honest with you, I was glad TCU beat Carolina because, hey, I'm going – you see what cup I got here in my hand right now.
Spoken like a true Duke fan. Flag will come in. Looked like the quarterback, Eli Avent, was attempting to keep it himself. Looks like the call is going to be against Kenan, waiting for the signal to see what it is. Illegal shift. So that'll back them up. It's now 1st and goal from just outside the 12-yard line. Avent will keep it. Looked like he kept it, but Southern Nash comes up holding the football. Looks like Faulkner was able to strip Pearsall. They're going to say forward momentum had stopped. So kind of a late whistle there. The whistle did not blow until Faulkner was holding the football above his head. However, they're going to say forward momentum stopped the play. And it's 2nd and goal for the Tigers from the Southern Nash 8-yard line. So a big play here for defense coming up.
Flag on
flag thrown.
Probably going to be a legal motion again. Looked like 0 and the quarterback moved at the same time.
It is a false start against the Tigers. That'll back them up 5. So now it'll be 2nd and goal from the just beyond the 13-yard line.
Yeah. And like we said a while ago, penalties kill drives, and they've already had 2 in this right here since it's been 1st and goal on back-to-back plays.
And a pitch to Pearsall. He'll find some room around the end, slip some tackles, still on his feet. And again, poor tackling. And Pearsall is able to take it into the end zone for a score with 6:06 left on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. And James Kenan has retaken the lead. I believe, was there a flag on the play?
I don't know.
No, this is the extra point attempt, and it looks like Kenan will go for 2. Again, encroachment by the Firebirds. That'll move it half the distance to the goal line.
Encroachment against the Firebirds. That'll be half the distance to the goal.
Avent under center. It's like a miscommunication. It'll be fumbled. And so the 2-point conversion is no good. So Kenan will hold on to a 6-point lead with 6:06 left in the game. And Southern Nash will take a crack at it here. This may very well come down to who has the last possession. Be interesting to see here if Batchelor keeps it on the ground, tries to use up some clock, or if he goes ahead and try to score.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing about, there's pros and cons both ways here. What you want to try to do is you want to take care of making sure you score it first, but how much time do you want to give the other opponent? And both teams still have, well, what is the timeout situation?
Southern Nash has got 2. Kenan's got all 3.
Yeah. So it's probably a little too early for Kenan to start using their timeouts now, but if it gets down to under 3 minutes, I would probably start looking at it. And there's no 2-minute timeout in high school and all that stuff. So you got 3 timeouts. That's where the rules are different. You got high school rules, you got professional rules, you got college rules. Then you got Kansas City rules.
I wonder if we could possibly see an onside kick here. It'll be the high pooch kick. And that'll be fielded by Marley Austin, who's still on his feet.
He's still on his feet.
He'll make his way to midfield. Finally brought down inside of James Kenan territory.
Mark it at the 44.
Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 45-yard line. So, again, great field position.
And that's one thing where it was a couple of tackles there. He almost broke free on a couple of them.
And there was one guy to catch him.
Yep.
Caught him from behind. So 5:55 remaining. Southern Nash trails by 6. And it's Cam Lyons who'll cut it back inside from the left. One guy can catch him. He'll catch him from behind, take him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Another great run by Cam Lyons, and Firebirds in the red zone. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Firebirds. So here again, are we going to score quick?
Yeah.
Obviously, we got to protect the football. We've already made a huge error in the red zone tonight with the fumble. And there it is, Jaden Hartsfield.
He's in.
Who'll bull his way into the end zone. Back-to-back touchdowns for Hartsfield. With 5:22 left, we're all tied again at 34. Is down. And that's Isaiah Battle, the quarterback, who's slow to get up at the goal line. I think Isaiah Battle does not get enough recognition for the blocking assignment that he carries out on these offensive plays. He's always right at the front. I mean, I look back to a Matt Foster.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
When he was leading the blocking. I mean, you have Isaiah Battle who's just throwing his body in there to try to open up these holes. It looks like he's favoring his right arm, which is obviously his throwing arm. Cam Lyons is still slow to get up.
And he's up now under his own power.
And Lyons having a great game tonight. The 1-2 punch of Lyons and Hartsfield. Slow to get going tonight, not always functioning at the same time, but here in the second half, and especially into the fourth quarter, you see the two of them as it really the lights start to come on for them. We're all tied up at 34. And it looks like Southern Nash will go for 2.
Now this is where if they make it here, pressure.
Isaiah Battle did not check out of the game. Cam Lyons, however, is heading over to the bench where Miss Kennedy will take a look at him to see what's going on. Faulkner and Hartsfield in the backfield. And it'll be Jay Ruck with the call, and he'll punch it in, stand it up. And the Firebirds, for the first time tonight, have taken the lead. It's 36-34 Southern Nash with 5:22 left in the game up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard.
Now, what you said, 5:22 left to go in the game. Did they score too early? But Southern Nash still got 2 timeouts, so we'll see how correlation works here.
And obviously Kenan with all 3 of their timeouts. And I'm trying to see who that is doing push-ups down there. Is that Danny Dunstan doing the push-ups? Okay. Looked like Justin Braswell for a second. I know Justin was over to the side, but it's a lot of push-ups.
I'm glad that's not me down there.
Shoot. That board wouldn't have stayed up long enough if I was on it. So the high kick, there will be a return. Flag is thrown.
It's coming back.
There is a flag. Don't know who it's against. This probably is going to come back. It's David Zalia, call him Cito, on the return. The second return for a score tonight. We'll wait and see what the penalty is. Luke Faulkner is slow to get up. Of course, Luke had an ankle injury against Nightdale and was heavily taped last week against Clayton. The tape is not as obvious this evening.
So if it's where the spot is at 41.
He's moved away from the spot now. So
And Keenan's celebrating like it's a touchdown.
looks like the penalty may be, are they picking the flag up? So there was a penalty against Southern Nash.
Face mask against Southern Nash.
Face mask against Southern Nash. So for the second time tonight, a kick has been returned for a score. So James Kenan will recapture the lead, but with only a few seconds ticking off.
Yeah.
So only 13 seconds ticked away. It's now 40-36. James Kenan with their two-point conversion attempt upcoming. And it is successful. But so with the two-point conversion, we are back to a 6-point lead. It's now 42-36. James Kenan, and Southern Nash will get the ball. Kind of the same scenario a while ago. You know, we were discussing how fast do you want to score? Do you want to take your time? Of course, the big explosive play by Cam Lyons obviously threw it into we're scoring quick, whether you meant to or not. That's what happened. Not a whole lot of time is ticked off. It was 5:55, I think.
Yeah.
When we were having that conversation, just it's hard to believe, 2 possessions ago.
Yeah.
So 2 quick scores by both teams. My biggest takeaway, I'm going to be honest with you, from tonight's game is the lack of just efficient tackling by Southern Nash.
Yeah.
This is not typical of what you see from a Firebird defense.
No. I mean, there's been several tackles that should have been happening, but, I mean, they were trying to tackle up here, and it just
Look, and I said defense. I don't want to put it on defense.
Yeah.
Special teams have broken down twice.
Special teams, yeah.
But I've seen a lot of hands, a lot of grabbing.
Yep.
I mean, I saw other tackles. There was like a shoulder block that you just, when you get somebody with good upper body strength or a good center of gravity, you might knock them out of balance for a second, but you're not tackling. You got to wrap these guys up and put them on the ground.
Yeah, you got to wrap them up.
And there's the line drive kick flag is thrown. It's going to be a delay of game. I believe, again, that was that design play that Kenan tries to pull off where they kick it at the last second.
Yeah.
And go for the bullet kick. Of course, when they tried that earlier, it hit the front line player in the leg.
Yeah.
And was dangerously close to an onside kick recovery.
Yeah, it was.
So Southern Nash has got to be ready at all times after seeing that a couple of times. And again, this looks very suspiciously like an onside kick. And it will. It'll go straight to the sidelines. Don't think that went the way that Ishmael. Oh, I'm not getting Covaribas. That's a tough last name to pronounce. Sorry about that, Ishmael. I know I shredded your last name. But probably not what James Kenan wanted. So with the penalty for out of bounds, we're looking to see where they're going to spot this. So it's 5 yards from where it went out of bounds. So it'll be Southern Nash ball, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. So again, pretty decent field position to start with, but how beneficial is it right now?
Yeah.
You still got over 5 minutes to score. We just saw 2 scores
Right.
in less than 50 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
So a 6-point game here in the Bird's Nest. Southern Nash trailing James Kenan. And it's Hartsfield who will cut back into the middle. He'll take it out to midfield. They're going to mark him down just inside James Kenan territory. So a gain of about 8 on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 2 for Southern Nash.
And that's one thing Southern Nash needs to do. They just need to run the clock a little bit here, just keep going. And because right now, if they score and they can get 2-point conversion, they would win. But we'll see what happens here. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse.
And Faulkner on the carry. Will take it out across the 45. They're going to mark him down at the 45. That will be enough to move the chains and get a new set of downs for the Firebirds. Clock still running. 4:15 and counting to go up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. And it's Hartsfield again. He'll cut that across center into the right guard. Pick up a couple on the play and the very traditional Southern Nash offensive play.
Yep.
So we're seeing the ground and pound. Going to have to get more than 2 at the time, though.
Yeah, they probably need to get at least about 10 yards here.
And it's Cam Lyons who will fight his way down to the 35. We'll look for the spot. It should be enough to move the sticks.
Move the sticks.
He did get beyond the line to gain, and it's another Southern Nash first down. 3:27 left in the game up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard.
And here's what they need to do. They just need to keep running the ground, running it, and just keep the clock running and just get it down here to less than a minute to go.
As it restarts, as the chains get moved. And it's a pitch to Hartsfield. He's going to look around this right end. They're going to tackle around the ankles. Keenan's done a really good job of tackling. I mean, they're wrapping him up. They're bringing him down. Gain of about 4 on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for Southern Nash. And that's about where they need to be, that 4-yard chip, 4-yard chip, 4-yard chip. Clock still running. Nobody's going to their timeouts. Obviously, Southern Nash is not going to.
Yeah, Southern Nash ain't going to use it.
Got to wonder when Kenan will start using. They have the full complement of 3. Pitch to Hartsfield. He'll slick into the middle. Still on his feet. He'll take it down to about the 25-yard line. So it's like that's where the spot's going to be. And that's awfully close, again, to the line to gain. And they will move the chains.
So the clock stops at 2:28.
Fresh set of downs.
Yep. And clock's moving now.
The clock did not stop that time.
Yeah, it did stop.
Okay. And it's Faulkner.
Faulkner
busts his way through. He's still on his feet. They finally bring him down. That was just sure will.
Yeah.
To get an extra at least 7 or 8 after first contact on the part of Luke Faulkner. You can tell that young man wants this one. That'll stop the clock with 2:05 as, again, they move the chains. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. So still a line to gain for a first down here without scoring. We're under 2 minutes to go in the game. And there's Hartsfield, who'll fight his way through the line, still on his feet. They finally trip him up. He'll fall across the 5. He'll be marked down, it looks like, between the 5 and the 4. It's going to bring up second down, and we'll call it a long 2.
And James Kenan's coach is out already past the numbers trying to say, I want a timeout, I want a timeout.
Yeah, James Kenan now got to go to the timeouts. We're down to a minute and a half.
Yeah.
He's got to conserve some clock if he wants a shot at this. So here's a scenario. Southern Nash scores. Do you kind of, I know you don't want to let them score, right? But you just play this out in your head. You let them score, it gives you a minute and a half. The defense has not been tackling all that great. You've been successful. Even on your last drive, you moved it quick. Southern Nash on the kickoff is suspect. They've already given up 2 kick returns.
True. I mean,
do you want to leave yourself some time on the clock? I know that's not feasible. That's not your normal coaching style. But just thinking outside the box and what you could do.
I mean, that's a very good point there. I mean, I can see it both ways. It's just
they missed the last 2-point conversion.
They have, and do you play it straight up? I mean, that's another option too. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I think so too.
But just just a little of that outside the box thinking. Do you kind of go, okay? Wouldn't be a terrible thing if they scored on this play.
Yeah,
it's going to give me close to right at 90 seconds.
See, what I would like is I would like to get the first down here. Then Kenan calls another timeout. Then they call the third timeout, and then once they do that third timeout, if it's second down inside that, but that's a lot of hypothetical what ifs. Anyway, 2nd and 2 right now.
Trying to see, I think that was Faulkner on the carry. I'm not sure. That was Hartsfield on the carry.
That was Hartsfield on the carry.
That does give Southern Nash a fresh set of downs.
Yep.
Inside the 3-yard line.
Yep. So, and Kenan just called a timeout.
Going to use their second timeout. So they got 1 timeout left. Southern Nash has 2.
Yep. And the ball is at the
just outside the 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So let's flip the outside of the box thinking. Do you kind of not, if you're Southern Nash, do you kind of not go in right now? Eat up some, you got a fresh set of downs. You got 4 tries.
Well, that's what I was just saying a while ago. Kenan's got 1 more timeout right now after this one. So if you don't get it on this one here, then you can literally run this all the way down to where it's almost near nothing. But it's also, I mean,
problem is
you're at the 1.
You still got to convert on the extra point.
Yeah.
If you can back score.
True.
I guess a big thing to say here is Southern Nash has got to protect the ball again. Earlier first half.
Yep.
Almost the same field position. They fumble and turn the ball over.
And I like what I see here. I see Hartsfield in the back, and I see Faulkner there too. So who's going to be the decoy? Somebody's going to be the decoy. Southern Nash are looking a little confused here. 10 on the play. And we got to.
So there was some movement on the line. Each line pointing at the other. And the line judge is going to say it's against James Kenan for encroachment. That'll be half the distance to the goal line. So it's 1st and goal inside the 1. And the ball comes out again. Looks like Battle was able to fall on it. So another problem with the exchange there between the center quarterback. Yeah. Be like Yogi Berra. That was like deja vu all over again. Can't be turning the ball over here, boys. 1:15 remaining. And James Kenan will burn their final timeout of the game, of regulation. Can't rule out overtime at this point. And it'll be 2nd and goal for the Firebirds, still inside the 1-yard line as Battle was able to fall directly onto the football. So here we go, Southern Nash trails by 6, 1:15 left in the game, or in regulation. Southern Nash 2nd and goal inside the 1-yard line. Still under the timeout, waiting for the officials to restart. So the play clock has started. The game clock will start with the snap. And it's J-Rock. He'll punch it in. Touchdown, Southern Nash. And again, we're all tied up. 111s left on the clock up on the Baker Pro Construction scoreboard. 42-42. It looks like that score looks like defense has been non-existent tonight.
All right, and we got a timeout. Southern Nash takes timeout.
So that still leaves the Firebirds with 1. Obviously, they're going to be discussing the 2-point conversion here. Not sure. Bachelor's got guys that can kick. Of course, with Aiden Myers out, he's still got Wheaton and Wells who could kick, but it looks like he's going to opt to go for 2 here. So a huge play in the game here, as Southern Nash will attempt to go for 2, as we're all tied up at 42, 1:11 left in regulation. And Faulkner will take the handoff, and he'll punch it in. Southern Nash regains the lead on the successful 2-point conversion battle to Faulkner. Offensive line held their own. James Kenan with the kickoff upcoming. Still 1:11 left in the game. James Keenan's already returned 2 kicks for touchdowns.
Yep.
But James Kenan has no timeouts left.
Yep. So, for Southern Nash, here's the objective. Try to kick it as far as you can, or kick it away from somebody, and then see how much time you got left.
If it's me, I'm kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm taking the penalty.
That's true. Take the penalty.
I'm kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Kick the daggum ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we can get it out of the back of the end zone, but so kick it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Do not give them an attempt at a return, because once play resumes, they don't have any timeouts.
Yeah.
I would tell Wheaton to put it in the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's aiming in that direction, and he did not. Yes, he did. He did kick it out of bounds.
He kicked it out of bounds.
So smart play there. I believe I would have tried to kick it out a little bit further down the field, because they're going to mark it out at the 39. They'll add 5 to it on the penalty.
So bring it up to their own 44-yard line.
So it should be Tiger football on their own 44-yard line.
Kenan may make them re-kick it. Yep, so Kenan's going to make them re-kick it. Okay.
All right.
All right, so re-kick. Here we go.
Do it again. See if we do it again. Will be fielded for a return. Got room. Got a tackle, guys. And there's the blue wall as they will stop momentum inside James Kenan territory. It'll be Tiger football 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. A whole lot of bodies on the ground, slow to get up. There are 3 Southern Nash players still down. You have Anderson Bell,
Number 5,
which is Josiah Van Dunk.
which he's back up now.
And so everybody back to their feet now
Then you also have
and
number 11.
making their way to the sidelines under their own power. And here we go, 1:03 left in regulation. Southern Nash leads by 2, 44-42. It's James Kenan ball, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
So you got one. So to set the scene for you, you got 1:03 left to go here now. Kenan's got no timeouts. Southern Nash still got one, but I'm keeping that one in my back pocket. I'm not using that one. And they've got the score. They've got the score here, so we'll see what happens. And I mean,
Well, here's the thing. They do have a kicker. We haven't seen him much tonight because they've got into going for 2. We saw him early with some, the one extra point conversions. I'm hearing he has a range of roughly about 35 yards for high school. So that's going to have to they're going to have to at least get it down to about the 20 to give them a chance.
Yeah.
So here's where all your fundamentals kick in. You got to make the stop. You got to make the tackles.
Yep.
You can't be grabbing jerseys. I mean, you got to wrap them up and bring them down.
And I'd be watching it.
From the gun, first
Flag
pass
on
of
the
the
play.
night. It's a screen pass. The flag in the backfield. Yards after the catch is enough for a first down, but not sure what the penalty is. Look like in the way of a illegal shift.
Yep. Yeah.
And you do have a Kenan player who is slow to get up. Looks like he's having some leg cramps. It was the receiver. And I'm not sure. Who was it that had that catch? I didn't pick up his number.
Zalia, Cito Zalia.
Okay.
And we do have someone on the sideline and there. Yeah. Okay, he's off of the field now.
And Southern Nash will use their final timeout of the night. So both teams so for the first time tonight, looks like they're looking for a pass. Flag thrown again. The ball's going to be thrown downfield. Jeremiah Battle with another interception, his second of the night. They're going to say the play is dead.
Now they were saying incomplete there too.
Another illegal shift. So Battle did not secure the catch is I guess what they're saying on the end.
Yeah.
But either way, the penalty would have happened before. It would have brought it back. So now you're looking at 1st and 20 47.9 seconds remain. It's 1st and 20.
Yep.
James Kenan from their own 35-yard line.
I'm about to say, let them guys play
Again
back.
from the shotgun. Trips to the right.
Not a flag.
I believe it's going to be an offsides on the offense. The receiver, the single receiver that came to this side had his foot on the line and did not get the check from the official. So that'll back it up 5 more yards. It's now 1st and 25.
Yeah.
A few precious ticks off the clock, which James Kenan cannot afford at this time. Again, trips to the right, lone receiver to the left from the shotgun. He'll look downfield, it's thrown deep, and overthrown. Thrown way over his head. Cam Lyons just kind of checked up. They were asking the intended receiver was C.J. Hill. He wanted the pass interference. But he actually pushed Lyons.
It would have been offensive pass interference there.
And quite honestly, the ball was thrown so far, I'm not sure that it was catchable. Yeah. 2nd down and 25 now, 40 seconds left on the clock. No timeouts, either team.
You got what you got.
Again, now you have twins to either side. There's the pass. It's complete. Still on his feet. He'll step out of bounds to stop the clock. In Southern Nash territory, it'll be 1st and 10, James Kenan from the Southern Nash 43-yard line, 33 seconds left. These backs, whether they're set up as receivers or running backs, are very dangerous.
Yes, they are.
With their speed. Southern Nash kind of backed up in a zone, and they'll look to the right this time. Are they going to call a complete pass, or was that trapped? I have not seen a signal.
I have not seen a signal yet either.
The clock is still running. They have stopped the clock.
They're saying it's an incomplete pass.
So they're saying it was an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. That'll reset the clock to 28 seconds. It was down almost to 13. So again, twins to the right, twins to the left. One lone back in the backfield is Pearsall alongside the quarterback Avent, who is in the shotgun position. So he'll be looking for the screen pass. Southern Nash protecting deep. He's going to look to the right and throws it behind the intended receiver who tripped. His feet got tangled. Terrell Allen, the intended receiver, is going to be incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. 24.6 seconds left on the clock. So everybody on their feet. Well, most everybody on their feet here in the stands for the Firebirds.
Now that everybody's starting to come to the feet.
And pressure in the backfield. He can't get a man open. He finds him and batted down. The pass is batted down by Marley Alston. Huge defensive play by Alston.
All right, so 4th down.
18.8 seconds to go. It is 4th and 10 for James Kenan.
Just need one more stop, guys. If you're so, you just need one more stop for James Kenan. You just want to get past the 33-yard line.
And here we go again. Twins to either side. Avent's going to look to pass. He's got a man open. It's caught the toe tap. It's complete and out of bounds. That will be 1st down. James Kenan with 13.6 seconds left and the fresh set of downs.
So you're at the 31-yard line, 13.6. You probably got time for one play here and then spike it if you want to do the field goal. They're close. They need to get
If they
to
can keep it to the sidelines and toe tap and get out, obviously. Avon's going to roll to his right. He's got a man open. That's going to be caught. They're going to say he stayed in bounds. The clock is stopped.
Clock is stopped, waiting for the signal.
8 seconds left on the clock. It's 1st and 10. James Kenan. He'll spike it, which I'm not sure even why.
Yeah.
They didn't stop the clock. I thought the clock should have been running.
Evidently, they were saying it went out of bounds. I don't know.
They said the reception was good. They didn't stop the clock.
Yeah,
He was rolling out of bounds.
Yeah, I didn't see
but in high school, when your knees are down, you're down.
Yeah,
there is no down by contact. So there are 7.2 seconds left. They have brought on the kicker to attempt a field goal. It's down. It's up. He missed it. It is wide. And the clock will expire. They're probably going to have to put some time back on the clock, I think. I don't think the game is officially over. They're going to have to review this and put at least 2 or 3 seconds back on the clock. But that was on 2nd down in the missed field goal attempt. Turns the ball over to Southern Nash. So even with time back on the clock, it is basically victory formation. So they will put 3 seconds back on the clock.
Are you going to get the handshakes?
And Southern Nash will go on to victory after trailing pretty much all of the game until the 4th quarter, when it turned into a back-and-forth duel when Southern Nash got back into it. And it'll come down to this, as Isaiah Battle will take the snap, victory formation, the clock will expire, and Southern Nash escapes. Baker Pro Construction. We thank our sponsors, and we thank you for tuning in to the Tar River Sports Network. This is Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly. We will see you next home game, Southern Nash, in 2 weeks. We're out.